All right, everybody, what's going on? Hey, so today, sorry my voice is a little shot, but what I wanted to do today was show you that even though I write simple melodies and a lot of the songs that I end up putting out are pretty easy and pretty straightforward, that's not really how they start out. They're pretty crazy and chaotic to get going. And what I'm going to do is I was just goofing around with a new song that's coming out in the summer or something like that, I think. And I was playing along and I'm like, oh my gosh, there's so many parts that I wanted to play to this that I'm not going to because it's just overkill and just ruins kind of the melody. So I'm going to do that for you now, though. I'm going to show you that, sometimes less, or most of the times less is more. So it's perhaps a little bit less about what you as an artist want and what you might think that is really most appealing to the audience that you're trying to create for. Because flashy, great, runs here and there and all this stuff can be awesome to somebody like me. I love that. But I've found that I'm in quite the minority in terms of who would actually and who does listen to the stuff that I create. So being over the top like that and not as subtle and just being satisfied with just enough, not just blaring over the top. I guess I would say that the trade-off is the recording that you do should be kind of tamed and controlled and a really concerted effort. And then if you go play live, that's when you can have fun and just play along and just do a new interpretation every night, I guess, right? To keep things interesting and just to have fun with it, I guess. But I'm going to play along to an unreleased track. So I don't know how great it'll sound through my phone, but tell me what you think. It's called Never Be the Same. And I have no idea where I come up with names for songs. I just write stuff down. That's me. And I'm playing a Yamaha 12F 3D today. Okay. Oh, this is in concert pitch C major. Anyway, just an over-the-top example of how playing too much. But I should note that a lot of times when I'm doing that, I come up with really neat contrasting parts or contra parts, and oftentimes some of the melodies, the harmonies to the melodies. So a lot of times a song will evolve for me. Now, not that one because I've already finished it for the most part. But a lot of songs I'll evolve that way. So I'll play like the bass melody and get that going. And then I'll just keep playing along, kind of like I mentioned in the last, or one of the other videos where like just play it and play it and play it till it becomes second nature. And then all of a sudden other things just start happening because you're not paying attention to what you're doing because you just know it. So you can just let it rip and do whatever you want. And as long as you kind of have some awareness and sense of the key that you're in. Now you noticed I played some notes that were wrong, and that's fine. But that's a lot of how it's done. And what I wanted to share was just that process, because I know a lot of people can be very intimidated by, oh, I don't want to make a mistake. And who cares, man? Just let it rip. And oftentimes when I'm doing this, I use Logic. I'm recording because I do also love technology in the sense that I can take like a whole bunch of stacked tracks that I've done like loop after loop after loop and then break them apart. I learned this from Eddie Van Halen. I know that there was a big video talking about how he did a couple of the epic solos that he did were comprised of like a whole bunch of takes to make the final solo. And then even a guy at that level had to go back and learn the actual end result solo that was the consolidation of tons of tracks into one eventual awesome solo. So I've done some things that way too, and I would encourage you to try just some interesting things that are available to you today because of technology and the ability to record stuff in your computer like this. It just makes it possible. I can sit here and go endlessly through iteration after iteration, just keep recording. And the reason I do that primarily, other than the example I just gave, is that so often, even at this stage, you think it would go away, but I still get like stage fright to some degree where it's like, oh, it's recording, and you get a little bit tense. So the thing is, a lot of times when I don't take it seriously and I don't think that I'm going to keep the part, it's a throwaway, is when I come up with some of the coolest stuff and the best lines that I play. So I think it's important to record everything and then figure it out later, or even go so far as to relearn what you just played. I do that tons, especially for melodies or harmonies. Like, I don't even know what I just played because it was literally an improv, the whole thing, all the way through. And then I have to go back and learn that so I can find all the harmonies and the different pieces that I want to put together. But yeah, go out there and give that a try and see what you think. And let me know how it goes. See ya.